Okay, so grade 8 students, let's go back to our third problem to our students who are listening as well. So Trixie plans to bake a rectangular shaped cake for her dad for Father's Day. So this is one sample of the piece of the cake slice from the cake. So given that the rough draft of the cake is given below, the top view, and AC is the diagonal of the cake. So with the measurement of angle ACD being 30 degrees, okay, so and AC is equal to 20 inches, we need to find the area of the top part of the cake or the part where the icing is on the cake. So how can we find the area of this rectangular cake or the top part of the rectangular cake? So for this one, we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so we're going to be using this theorem a lot in our subject. Okay, but again, to reiterate, the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Whenever we have right triangles, this Pythagorean theorem comes in very handy. And in this case, since this is a rectangle, we have a right angle here. This measures 90 degrees. And for this one, since this is 30 degrees, as mentioned on the given. So if this is 30 and this is 90, therefore this is 60. And therefore we have a very special case. We have a very special case or a very special right triangle. We call it the 30, 60, 90 triangle. So if this is 20, okay, if the hypotenuse is 20, therefore the opposite here, it's just gonna be 10 inches, and the opposite of 60 is gonna be 10 square root of 3. Okay, guys? Okay, so there you go. So this 10 square root of 3 inches. So how did we get that? Okay, so let's just for example, we're gonna use the Pythagorean theorem. So we know that the formula for finding the special right triangle, for finding the sides of a special right triangle in 30, 60, 90. So this is gonna be s, and this is gonna be s squared of 3, and this is gonna be 2s. Since we have here the 20 is equal to 2s, if we divide both sides by 2, therefore s is equal to 10, or 10 inches as we seen here. There you go. And since this is equal to s squared of 3, we just multiply the square root of 3 and then we get 10 square root of 3. Okay, so for that one, that's a special right triangle. And then since we want to know the area of the rectangle, so that's going to be length times the width. And we know that the length is equal to 10 and the width is equal to 10 square root of 3. So therefore that's going to give us 100 square root of 3 squared inches. So therefore, what's the area of the top part of the rectangular cake that Trixie baked for her father? So that's 100 square root of 3 squared inches. And that's how we solved it.